Hi, I'm Teacher Hernan, and welcome to Math for You. In this video, the topic is about least common multiple, or LCM. But before we begin, please subscribe if you are new to my channel and click that bell icon if you want to be updated with my latest videos. For you to better understand what least common multiple is all about, take a look at here on the board. I have the missing dividends given the divisors. So what will you do? You simply think of the smallest dividend here that when you divide it by 4, divide it by 7, they will give you remainder 0. Let's see if you can think of the smallest dividend here. Yes, you're correct. The smallest dividend that when divided by 4 by 7 will give you remainder of 0 is, yes, it's 28. 28 divided by 4 will give you 7, remainder 0. 28 divided by 7 will give you 4, remainder 0. So, 28 here is the least common multiple of 4 and 7. So, least common multiple is simply getting the smallest dividend. There are many ways how to get the LCM, or the least common multiple of two or more numbers. But in this video, I'll just discuss to you the two most common ways to get the LCM. Let's start with the first one, which is the listing method. So first, what will you do? You simply list down the multiples of each number. So it's up to you how many multiples you will get. But here, I listed 10 multiples for each number. Let's start with 3. The first 10 multiples of 3 are 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, and 30. The first 10 multiples of 5 are 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Now, after that, get their common multiples. If you notice, both have 15, correct? So that's common multiple. What else can you see? Both have 30, correct? So here, if you list down the first 10 multiples of each number, you will have two common multiples. But you can have as many as you want, but we don't need them because we need only the least common multiple, or the LCM. So with these two, the smaller one is 15. So that is our LCM. Now this time, let's use three numbers and let's get their LCM, or the least common multiple. Again, first you have to list down some multiples of each number. So here I listed down only 8, the first 8 multiples. Again, you can list down as many as you want. But again, we don't need a lot of common multiples. We only need the smallest, okay? So again, here, I only listed the first 8 multiples of each number. For 8, these are the multiples of 8. 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48, 56, and 64. For 12, we have 12, 24, 36, 48, 60, 72, 84, and 96. For 24, the first 8 common multiples are 24, 48, 72, 96, 120, 144, 168, and 192. So after that, get their common multiples. So what common multiples can you see? Look at this. Both, or the three numbers, have multiple of 24. That's common multiple. What else can you see? Yes, look at this. The three numbers have 48, correct? As common multiple. What else can you see? Again, if you continue getting the multiples of each number, you can have a lot of common multiples. But we don't need them. Again, we don't need them. We only need the smallest. Then that's our LCM. So here we have only 2. So the smaller one is our least common multiple. So our answer here is 24. Now let's go to the second way to get the least common multiple, and that is the continuous division process. So here we simply divide the given numbers. Again, divisibility rules can help you a lot here. So let's start with divisible by 2. Since 21 is not divisible by 2, so we cannot use 2 here. What about 3? 1 plus 8, the rule is add the digits. 1 plus 8 is 9, 2 plus 1 is 3. So both numbers can be divided by 3. So let's divide them by 3. 18 divided by 3 will give us 6. 21 divided by 3 will give us 7. Look at 6 and 7. Their only common factor is 1, meaning you can only divide them by 1. In that case, you have to stop here. So how to get the LCM then? Okay, to get the LCM here, you get the divisor, or if there are many divisors, get all of them. But here there is only one divisor. And the numbers at the bottom here. So multiply all these numbers. So you have 3 times 6 times 7. So let's multiply. Better you multiply first 6 times 7, which is 42. Then we can multiply it by 3. That will give you 126. So our LCM is 126. Now let's use 3 numbers and get their LCM. Again, let's use divisibility rules. All numbers are even, so let's start dividing by 2. What's 12 divided by 2? That's 6, correct? 24 divided by 2, yes, it's 12. And 32 divided by 2 is 16. You're right. Next, still, they are even, so continue. Divide by 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3. 12 divided by 2 is 6. 16 divided by 2 is 8. Now look at these 3 numbers here. 3, 6, 8. Their only common factors is 1, right? You can only divide them by 1. What will you do? If you're going to divide all the 3 numbers, look for 2 numbers. Look at these 2. I can divide them by 3. So continue dividing. Divide this by 3, you get 1. Divide this by 3, you get 2. But 8 divided by 3 cannot. There's remainder. So what will you do with 8? Just bring them. There. What about the 2 and the 8? Yes, you can still divide them by 2. So continue. Just bring down the 1. Divide this by 2, you get 1. Divide this by 2, you get 4. So this time, you cannot divide any 2 numbers here, right? So that's the time you will stop. So how to get the LCM now? Let's do it here. Again, get all the divisors and the bottom numbers here. So since these are 1, so you don't need to include the 1. So you multiply the 2 times 2 times 3 times 2 and times the 4. So multiply all this, you get their LCM. Let's multiply. This is 4. 2 times 2 is 4 times 3, that's 12. Then this is 8. 2 times 4 is 8. So 12 times 8. What's 12 times 8? That will give us 96. So our LCM is 96. Now let's solve some word problems related to least common multiple or LCM. Let me read the problem to you. What is the smallest number that is divisible by 3, 4, and 6? Since we are looking for the smallest number, or it's just simply looking for the smallest dividend. So we'll get the LCM of 3, 4, and 6 to answer this problem. So let's get the LCM of 3, 4, and 6. You can use any of the two methods, but let me use here the continuous division process. So let's divide 3, 4, and 6 by what? What can you divide 3, 4, and 6? If you notice, their only common factor is 1, meaning you can only divide them by 1. Again, if you can divide the three numbers, look for two numbers. Look at these two, the 3 and the 6. I can divide them by 3, right? So let's divide them by 3. Divide it by 2, you get 1. 4, just bring down. Divide this by 3, you get 2. Look at these two. We can divide them by 2. So continue. Bring down the 1. Divide this by 2, you get 2. Divide this by 2, you get 1. So, no more, right? So what we do again to get the LCM? Multiply the divisor or divisors and the bottom number. Except the 1 here, you don't need to include the 1. So to get the LCM, multiply the 3 times the 2 times the 2 here. So what's 3 times 2 times 2? Yes, that's 12. So 12 is the smallest number that is divisible by 3, 4, and 6. If you notice, 12 can be divided by 3, 12 can be divided by 4, 12 can be divided by 6, leaving no remainder. Let us solve another word problem. Let me read it to you. Ryan goes to the computer shop every 3 days. Jake goes to the computer shop every 5 days. If today they go together to the computer shop, after how many days they will go to the computer shop together again? To answer this problem, you simply get the LCM of 3 and 5. Again, you can use either of the two ways, you will get the same answer. But let me use the continuous division process. So let's get the LCM of 3 and 5. Here, you can only divide 3 and 5 by 1. So, how to get the LCM then? Just multiply the 3 and the 5. So 3 times 5 is 15. Meaning, every 15 days, they will go together to the computer shop. That's all for now. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.